Getting started with Moodle is easy. In order to edit your Moodle, you must first turn the editing on in the top right corner. By left clicking on the Turn Editing On button, you'll notice that things change just a little bit on your screen. One way to edit this is by simply dragging and dropping files into your Moodle course. You'll also notice that on each one of the activities or labels that you've added, you see multiple buttons. First is the edit title, the next is the indent. Following that is the move, where you can click and drag and move different things up and down in your Moodle course. The next is the edit settings, or the update button that allows you to modify that item within your Moodle. The button after that is the duplicate button. If you are going to repeat things in multiple units or chapters or areas of your Moodle course, this will come in very handy. The next is the close or delete option. The option after that is the hide option, which allows you to turn items on and off so students will not be able to see different items if you hide them. And the last is finally assigning different roles to different students or teachers per course assignment. Turning the editing off, what we want to get done now is we want to actually go into our edit settings, and I want you to edit the settings on your course, on your sandbox course. So I want you to rename your course by going under the course administration on the left side and clicking on edit settings. Once you click on edit settings, you'll get into your edit settings area. And go ahead and choose a name for your course. If you're developing a course for school, go ahead and give it a name right away. For example, 3D animation is a course. I might call this 3D animation. You also want to give this course a short name. And for the time being, we're also going to leave it in the sandbox courses area. Once your course is ready for deployment, we will move it from the sandbox course area into the proper category for you to start teaching with. Go ahead and give your course a description in the area just below it, and then you'll notice that there are many different options and there are quite a few settings that we can set for your course. If you click on each one of those, you'll notice the little triangle change from pointing to the right to down, and that opens up the menu. You can choose a format between social, topics, weekly. I am going to choose topics. If you would like to set it up weekly, you can do that as well. If you know about how many sections you have, you can change that at this time, or you can always come back to this and change them later. I recommend keeping hidden sections completely invisible, and I also recommend that you show one section per page. We will get into why this is important later in your Moodle course. There are different themes that you can choose for Moodle. So under the appearance, you can choose a theme. You could force a language if you would like. You could show the gradebook to the students. I am not going to force a theme. I am also not going to show the students a gradebook in my Moodle course. But that is up to you, and we will touch base on gradebook even more later in the Moodle. Files and uploads is an area where you choose the maximum upload size of student work and things that you are going to be doing. We like to keep this small if you're not going to be having students upload quite a bit. So we want to be large enough where we don't run into problems, but small enough that we're not taking up a tremendous amount of server space. So I'm going to increase this to about 10 megabyte per upload. Now that's a huge file, and I would probably be okay at 5, but I'm gonna choose 10. I do encourage you to enable completion tracking in your course. We will get more into detail on what this is and how it works later. For now, I recommend choosing yes. Guest access to your course is also up to you. When I taught in Moodle, I enjoyed having parents come in as guests, so you can allow for guest access, and you could give it a password that would be easy for parents to remember, but hard enough for somebody else not to guess. Groups, if you have multiple sections of a course, you're going to want to create groups. So group mode, separate groups in that situation if you have a single section, or you want to teach this as one massive course, you can do that by saying no groups. If you do select groups, you can force group mode. If you click yes to forcing the group mode, everything that you create, all of the assignments, will separate into different groups automatically. Not everything you want to do might be grouped. So to force the group mode, I recommend saying no. Later in the course, we are also going to be talking about different roles and role renaming. Currently in the district, we have just general names for all of these different roles people are able to play, and I don't recommend changing the role names at this time. After you've made all your changes to your settings, go ahead and click Save Changes, and you have just got it started in creating your Moodle course.